Good morning. Myself Drishya, working as an assistant professor in SNS College of Engineering, Coimbatore. Here we are discussing about our Constitution of India. The topic is related to Chief Minister. Chief Minister. So this is the syllabus and Chief Minister and State Council of Ministers in Indian Constitution. What are the this is a topic discussed here. In the Indian Constitution, the Chief Minister and the State Council ministers play a crucial roles in the governance of states. Here's a detailed overview of their roles and powers and functions of Chief Minister. What are the roles and powers of Chief Minister is here discussing here. So, what are the main powers and roles and functions of chief ministers? So, first one, the definition and election. The chief minister is the head of the government in a state and usually the leader of the party or a coalition and that has the majority in the legislative assembly. The majority in the legislative assembly who select a leader who that is known as chief minister, who is the head of the state government, and the chief minister is appointed by the governor of the state. Who is the governor of the state? They are who is the governor select the chief minister of the state. Who is chief minister is the head of the government of the state. Then So next is powers and functions. There are different types of powers: executive powers, legislative powers, and financial power. Then policy formulation and crisis management. Crisis management. So, the executive power means the minister, the chief minister, is responsible for the administration of the state and exercises executive powers with the help of the council of ministers. The chief minister has some. Council of Ministers for his help. The Chief Minister is responsible for the administration of the state and exercises executive powers with the help of the Council Ministers. They can recommend appointment of key official, including the Chief Secretary, and have a say in the transfer and posting of officers. Then legislative powers. This chief minister plays a key role in formulating and presenting the legislative agenda of the government. They can address the state legislature, propose bills, and influence the passage of legislation. Then financial powers, which is the preparing the state. So chief minister is involved in preparing the state budget and has a significant role in financial administration. In financial administration, chief minister is in the highest level, is the prioritized level. They make recommendation for the imposition of taxes and allocation of funds for various department. Then policy formulation. The chief minister leads the government in setting policy, priorities, and direction of development and welfare. Then next is crisis management. Crisis like disasters and flood, like that. In times of political or social unrest, the chief minister is responsible for maintaining law and order and can take necessary action to restore peace. So that is the another function of chief minister. Then next is state council of ministers. These are the functions and definition of chief minister. Then next is the helpers of chief minister or state council of ministers. Composition. The composition of state council ministers. The state council of ministers consist of the chief minister and other ministers who can be classified into three categories. The state council of ministers are included three sets of ministers: cabinet minister and ministers of state, then deputy ministers. cabinet of ministers, senior ministers responsible for major departments, then ministers of state, junior ministers who may assist cabinet ministers or handle independent charges, then deputy ministers, assistants to all cabinet ministers, typically without independent charge. Then appointment ministers are appointed by the governor or the advice of the chief minister. Then powers and function executive authority. The council ministers exercises the executive powers of the state. Decision taken by the council ministers must be in accordance with the advice given by the chief minister. Then legislative role and ministers participate in debates and discussion within the state legislation, contributing to the legislative process. Then the conclusion, the chief ministers and the state council of ministers play a vital role in the governance of states in India. They are central to the functioning of the executive branch, responsible for policy making, administration, and maintaining the rule of law. The dynamic between the chief ministers and the council ministers exemplifies the principle of parliamentary democracy, emphasizing collecting responsibility and accountability to the elected legislature. Just read it. That's it. Thank you.